William Tyrrell and Vanishing Inc.'s poker packet trick is a multi-phase visual effect that has a great hook and a super visual ending. There's not much sleight of hand required at all, and this plays huge. It can even be performed stand-up without a table. But is this right for you? Stick around to find out. Do any of you play card games? Because I brought 4 cards here. An ace, a 2, and a 3, and a 4. You know what's better than an ace and a 2? Is 2 2s, a pair of 2s. What's better than a pair of 2s? Is 3 3s. What's better than 3 3s? Is, you guessed it, 4 4s. What's better than 4 4s? Well, only one thing. A royal flush. And that is PPT. If you would like to purchase this effect, I put the link in the description down below, and it's currently discounted. So it really helps me out if you use that link to get the effect. I don't make any money off of it, but it does help me keep making these reviews for you. So if this is right for you and you want to pick it up at a discounted price right now, check the link in the description down below. And what do you get when you purchase the poker packet trick? When you purchase this from Vanishing Inc., you will receive the specially printed gaffed cards printed by USPCC. You get that in a brown envelope, and everything comes in very nice packaging. You also get the tutorial by Will Tyrrell, which we'll talk more about soon, but it's a great tutorial. Will Tyrrell is super creative. I had the chance to meet him at Magi Fest earlier on this year, and he is so smart. He thinks out of the box, and he has such good ideas. But what is the quality of the gimmick? The cards are high quality, they feel great, and there are no magnets, elastics, or moving parts whatsoever. They're specially printed. However, there is a component to them that will eventually wear out. That component, though, is easily replaceable, as it's a material most magicians have. It's very easy to replace, and other than that, the card should last you a very, very long time. In fact, you can even store them in your deck of cards if you don't want heat on them. The gimmicks are great and do most of the work for you. There are multiple handlings taught in the tutorial, ranging from easy to difficult. Some use a table, some don't. It's a really, really fun routine. Now, how is the tutorial? The tutorial is very good. It's 30 minutes long, and Will covers absolutely everything you need to know. He talks about many different handlings, color changes, and even some bolder ideas that you can use inside the spectator's hands, which is very cool. He goes through a handling for stand-up and a handling where the cards start in a deck of cards. He talks about a bunch of different subtleties and versions that don't even need a table. He also goes through how to take care of your gaffes. Is this a social media or real life effect? It's so visual, a nice quick piece of eye candy that would work great for both social media and real life. What are the angles like? This depends on the routine. Some routines can be performed completely surrounded, but others have 180-degree angles. Is this examinable? No. The cards are not examinable at the end of the routine, as they are gaffed cards. However, you can do a switch if you want to have the cards examined. I think for some of the handlings, you will want to be a bit careful with the final change so people don't suspect the method, because the effect looks so visual, it looks so perfect. So at the end, if you aren't careful, they could suspect the method. When I performed this, I haven't had an issue with examinability, because typically I just take the cards out of my regular bicycle deck. Let's talk about the difficulty and practicality of this effect. This depends on the handling. A beginner could learn this fairly quickly. There's not too much sleight of hand required, and what you do have to be able to learn is not difficult at all. There are some bolder moves that are super visual, but a little more difficult. This is very practical for close-up magic, walk-around magic, table hopping, or even parlor. And there's a routine taught in the tutorial for stand-up. This is super visual and a great opener, and it's also the perfect response for when somebody asks if you play poker. Is there any DIY required? There's no DIY required initially. The gimmicks come ready to go right out of the box, but eventually when the gimmick starts to wear, you have to do something to reapply that gimmick. What is the pocket space like? This is a great everyday carry, like most packet tricks. It packs flat and plays big. And it's a packet trick. You can carry it in your wallet or even in your deck of cards. So yeah, it's a great everyday carry. Now, what is the reset like? This does have a reset, but it resets very quickly. You won't want to do it in front of your audience, although there are some ways I think you could do it, but I don't reset in front of my audience. I reset when I'm walking from one table to the next table, or one group to the next group. But it only takes about 2 seconds, maybe 3. And it's fairly quick. What is the price of the poker packet trick? The poker packet trick typically retails for 25 United States dollars. And for such a visual trick, it's well worth the price. You get everything you need to perform this, and it's so visual, and you can even do stuff in the spectator's hands if you want. So yes, this is well worth the price. And as I said, it's currently discounted. So it's available right now for $20 US. Click the link in the description down below for that. And yeah, what are the pros and cons? The pros are this is easy to do. It's super visual. It's a fun effect to perform. It has multiple different phases as well. The reset is also pretty quick. The angles are great. You could even do it surrounded. In addition to that, this is not your ordinary packet trick because there are no weird counts. There's no Elmsley counts. There's no Jordan counts. There's no Ascanio spreads, although those spreads do look pretty convincing when done well. But there's none of that weird counting stuff. It's just visual, raw, straight to the point magic, which is great. The tutorial also teaches many alternative color changes and moves that you can do when performing the PPT. And you also get an envelope to store the cards in. There's also, when you're performing this, something that's very cool is it builds and builds and builds, and then it has a very nice ending. It's also well priced at only 25 United States dollars. No DIY is required as everything comes ready to go out of the box. There's also no magnets, elastics, or anything that can break. This isn't super finicky. At first, there may be a bit of a knack to some of the moves, but as you practice, it gets just super easy. It becomes like second nature. There are also so many different places you can perform this in, ranging from table hopping to even stand-up. As for the cons, I guess there's a reset, of course. That's a con. And also, it's not examinable without a switch at the end. And also, the trick does happen fairly quickly, which isn't too much of an issue because it's super right in their face, super visual magic. It happens quickly, but I really love it. So what percent am I giving the poker packet trick? As I said, I really enjoy this. I've performed it quite a bit in the last week, and I really believe Vanishing Inc. has done an incredible job with their Black Friday releases. Stay tuned because tomorrow or the day after, I'm reviewing Morton's Jumbo card. But for now, this gets a 96% from me. Check it out with the link in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.